Hello everyone, Amy Rasavi here with a couple of fun cards for you guys for this MFTV episode. My mind got going and I decided I wanted to show you guys how to create an ombre effect in two different ways. Ombre being super popular in the papercraft industry right now. Ombre ink pads, just ombre everything. It's just so big everywhere. And it's really easy to achieve using cardstock or using ink. So this first card I'm going to show using cardstock. So I'm using three different colors of my favorite things, Prestige cardstock. And I'm using Snow Cone, Blue Raspberry, and Tropical Teal cardstocks. And I started with the Tropical Teal, and I'm using the new MFT New York Skyline Dynamics. These new Skyline Dynamics are amazing. They are so much fun, and you can create so many fun cards. Like, they just lend themselves so well to techniques. So I had pre-trimmed down three different pieces of these colored cardstocks, and then I just ran them through my die cut machine with the New York Skyline Dynamics, moving around the dynamics as I showed to kind of create a different look. So you're not getting the same exact thing. And obviously I only wanted one Statue of Liberty because obviously there's only one. So somewhat realistic, yet, you can always take creative license to a degree. But yeah, die cut it so there's a little bit of variation there in the buildings and everything, which totally reminiscent of New York. Never been, but obviously I've seen pictures and videos and all that fun stuff. And yeah, once I was happy with all the die cutting, I adhered the two bottom layers together with some foam tape to get some dimension. And then with the main front layer here, I wanted to add the sentiment right to this piece since there was that kind of just plain area along the bottom. So I used my anti-static powder tool first just to keep the embossing powder from sticking to anything else. And then the sentiment is from the Bertie Brown Adventurous Calling set, and I stamped it with some Versamark ink and then embossed it with some detail white embossing powder, and then let that sit for a couple seconds to cool off. And then I just rubbed the anti-static powder off with my hands and then flipped it back over and added a whole bunch more foam tape. I just trimmed down little tiny pieces to adhere to some of the finer areas there, and then popped this onto the other two pieces. So I've got this great kind of ombre looking scene created using just one die and three different colors of cardstock. So really easy to do. And obviously you can go so many ways with this. Do different colors. You could do like sponging effects, all kinds of stuff. Like, the sky's the limit, literally. And then, yeah, I popped that onto the card as well with foam tape. So there's tons of foam tape going on, tons of dimension. If you wanted to mail this, it would still mail quite well. I would just put a piece of cardstock over the front of the card just to keep it from getting too smushed. But if you wanted, you could just adhere everything flat just to keep it super flat and quick and easy to mail. It's totally up to you. But yeah, I just love that extra dimension you get from adhering it with foam tape. So really fun, easy card. And then the second way you can achieve an ombre effect is just to use ink. So I'm using the exact same colors. I'm using Snow Cone, Blue Raspberry, and Tropical Teal dye inks from MFT. And I'm picking up the inks with my Ranger mini blending tools. These are amazing. I love them so much. They just, if you don't have them, you should get them. The circular sponges, so much better than the old rectangle ones. And they're amazing sponges. I keep one for every color of MFT inks because I love to do sponging and little techniques like that. And I find their inks blend together so, so well. So I started with the lightest and blended that on, and then I added the Blue Raspberry in the middle there, and then I'm adding the Tropical Teal, which is quite dark, but I just go back and forth and keep blending until I'm pretty happy with it. And MFT's dye inks, as they dry, they start to kind of blend themselves as well and kind of soften out, so really pretty. Once I was done, I trimmed it down quite a bit. I decided I kind of wanted it a smaller piece. So I trimmed it down, and then I die cut some black licorice cardstock with the London Skyline Dynamics. I thought I'd go with just a slightly different type of card this time. And then I used another sentiment from the Adventurous Calling set, and I inked it up with black licorice hybrid ink, specifically hybrid because when you're stamping over cardstock that you've sponged so much dye ink onto, I wanted my sentiment to stay crisp. Because if I'd stamped it with another dye ink, there's a good chance it would kind of start to bleed into the ink I'd already sponged, and you definitely don't want that after you went all that work. So yeah, I used the hybrid ink, stamped that, and then this time I just adhered the Skyline flat to the sponged piece of cardstock with some liquid adhesive. And then I still couldn't resist using a bit of foam tape because, you know, I'm kind of addicted to it. It's easy. It just gives the card a little something. But again, you could adhere it flat if you wanted. But yeah, I added some foam tape and then popped that onto just a white note card and just let the Skyline kind of speak for itself. I love these Skyline dies. They are amazing. So as always, you can check out the links below to go to MFT's site to get the supplies. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye.